So, a little while ago, I made a video that was basically discussing if Kazuha from the Seraphim ever went solo. Um, I have now privated the video, not because of anything objectively bad about it. I just genuinely don't like it. Um, I don't think it's one of my best, and I've kind of adopted a new style that I want to implement with these new IMVU videos, so it doesn't really fit how I want things to progress anyway. Um, all that being said, I think a lot of people would ask why I would make a video about any of the Seraphim members going solo. Obviously, there's been a lot of backlash about their vocals and other things as well. Um, I mean, and I do know that Yunjin, of course, has released solo music. When I'm talking about a solo debut, I more so mean like something promoted. In the same way that Oogie from Idol had solo music before her official promoted debut. So, like, I know Yunjin has solo music. I love it. Blessing in Disguise is one of my most listened to songs on Spotify ever. And uh, that is just not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that is promoted. And of course, we've had some strange solo debuts lately. I feel like I can say that. Um, Chewy was one I definitely did not expect, even though I thought it was really good. But yeah, even knowing that, it would be strange for a Seraphim member to go solo. Um, they're barely out of their rookie years, and like I said, people are not, all that fond of how they are vocally right now. I don't want to have that discussion. I don't think I know enough about vocals to say anything. I like their voices. The reason I wanted to cover Kazuha in particular is because I really like her voice. Um, Whether or not she is technically skilled, I think that her tone is really appealing to me. It's kind of like Mina from Twice. They just have these very specific tones that I love. They're so unique. Um, so, maybe she shouldn't go solo yet. Maybe she shouldn't go solo ever. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. But I wanted to talk about if she did, just because I would look forward to it personally. If you wouldn't look forward to it, you don't have to watch this video, or you can watch the video and just hear my ideas and maybe you'll think they're okay. I don't know. This is not a realistic video. I am not a person who will ever tell you that I make a lot of sense. I do not make sense. I never make sense, and I know that. I'm okay with that. I just need you to know that. So anyway, let's say that Kazuha did have a solo debut just for fun. What would it be called? It would probably be a mini album. And I decided on the name Anne's Lace, like Queen Anne's Lace, but dropping the queen just because, well, we'll kind of get to why I want to not use the word queen in a little bit, but also I think it's a little weird to debut and be like, oh, I'm the queen. I just think that would be weird. But again, getting into it, the title track I had in mind is called Hard Boot Princess. I said before that I'm changing my style for the IMVU videos. I'm not looking to say I wish that Kazuha would record this song that you've already heard because I think it would fit her or something. I'm not going to be listing actual songs. These are I'm not going to write these songs that I have ideas for because I don't want to do that. I'm not a songwriter, but I have some ideas for things that would be interesting. That's my interest at the end of the day. What I think would be interesting. So I'm not gonna say Kazuha should sing Supernova. I'm not gonna do that for many reasons. You understand, I hope. Um, the title track I wanted to go with is called Hard Boot Princess. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put the photo because I don't know anything about fashion. I don't know anything about fashion. I've been told that people like my sense of style even though it's not stylish. That's about all I know. Um I don't know anything about fashion. I've just been interested in it lately, and so I put together some outfits that I think would be cute in a music video for a bunch of things, this included. And I just really like the idea of pairing a pretty dress with combat boots. It's something I do often. I wear a lot of dresses and I usually wear combat boots. I think the combination is super cute. It kind of has Kazuha vibes because of the whole ballerina image while promoting with uh a girl crush. I don't know. I don't know what you would call Seraphim's music, but like there's a badass concept and she's a ballerina, and those things can be true at the same time. So I really liked the idea of combat boots and pretty dresses. So that's what the hard boot refers to, but also it kind of works as like a reference to rebooting your computer, which symbolically I think could be really nice. I don't have too many feelings about that. I just think, symbolically rebooting your computer works. It feels like it could be very, what is the word I'm looking for? Versatile. Me in the future cut out all of the time it took me to remember the word versatile. Oh God. So we have Hard Boot Princess, and I'll just go through the rest of the album as well before we get into specifics. Um, Good Fortune, Crystallize, Fabric, and in all lowercase, guided meditation with, in parentheses, it'll be okay, claustrophobe. I think these are really cute. I'm sorry, you might not like them, but I think they're cute. And we'll get into them now, starting with Hard Boot Princess. Like I said, we're getting rid of the queen. It's a princess. And boots, computer rebooting, all of that we've covered. As far as what the song would be written like, I want some onomatopoeia. I want some consonants. I want it to kind of start out terse, and then it kind of opens into a more whimsical instrumental. The killing point would probably be in the pre-chorus. I want a soft vocal chorus with very intentional enunciation and phrasing. I think it would be really cool if they had allusions to famous female poets, especially Japanese poets who write haikus famously. I think that could be really fun. And I want a countdown in the bridge because I want each number to get a leg lift to annoy as many people as possible and just make me so amazed. I cannot lift my leg like that. My sister's very flexible because she was a cheerleader. I cannot. If you've seen the video of Chaewon trying to do it, that's me. That's me. I am Chaewon. So all of that's being said, I think that would be a fun title track. Good Fortune was kind of inspired by the first Le Sserafim documentary. I don't know how many people remember that documentary, but in one of the episodes, they're in Kazuha's dorm room when she was in the Netherlands, and there's a little note that says "Good fortune comes to the prepared." I think that's what it says. Um, that's always stuck with me. I think that's such a interesting note to have. It says that, like, I used to have post-its all over my wall because I loved just looking at them, seeing my thoughts. Now I just look at my middle noteboard. But like I liked having a physical representation of all of my thoughts, even if it made no sense. I love that. Uh, I kind of want quiet recitations of short advice, more spoken than saying. I want it to be an apostrophe, sort of to the unprepared. And there could be like abstract figurative language, including many similes. Um, I'll look at currency as if it's just art. I said something about that in something I was writing recently. And also, I want descriptions of luck, a question of if it's enough to warrant the struggles that people go through. I think that could be a lot of fun. Crystallize is kind of one of the ones I have less reason behind. I think there could be short lineation beyond staccato phrasing and kind of making words into physical things. I want building lineation, eventually almost long-winded, tactile imagery, and kind of like a ping pong between asyndeton and polysyndeton. Um, I just think it could be fun. I think a song called Crystallize in K-pop would make a lot of sense. It's just a cute title. I think it could be a good song. And then we have Fabric. Again, this is one of the ones where I'm like, it's just, I think it could be a good song. I want a description of light without actually saying the word itself. I want references to um, Eve Psyche and the Bluebeard's wife with like Dress to Impress. Uh, I I want to portray how clothes hurt people and how clothes heal people. I think it would be kind of funny if she said something like "put a blanket over me like a body" as like an I got a good bed reference. I think that would be really funny if anyone knows that moment. And I don't remember what interview it was. I wish I could tell you. And then finally we have guided meditation. It'll be okay, claustrophobe. This is sort of inspired by songs like Good Parts and Fear Not. Um, Sonically, it could be like a lullaby. There could be lots of repetition, sort of pantoum like masculine rhymes, fuck toxic masculinity, men fear, and that's valid. And so when we're talking about fear, we can have things in a masculine sense, and there could be lots of guided meditation tools. If you actually talk to me, I talk like a therapist a lot. I talk like a therapist a lot. Yeah. It's unfortunate. And then, of course, we have the music video. Why would I call it I Am View if it didn't have a music video? um, the reason I made the first Kazuha video was because I liked my idea for the music video. Now I'm kind of like, it's pretty basic. This is not necessarily my favorite music video idea I've ever had, but I think it's interesting. I make content that I think is interesting, and that's the end all be all, I guess. Unless I then private the video. So, Hard Boot Princess. There is a still camera shot of a glass rectangular box lined with blue lights. Kazuha is on the floor, seeming asleep. There is no camera shift as she gets up, seeming drowsy and confused. We grow closer. She touches the glass, knocking on it, but it doesn't budge. She looks up and around, putting a hand to block some of the blue light. We are further away now. She sort of stumbles, kneeling on the floor and hitting the glass with her fist with more force. Instead, her torso fractures like glass. She puts her hand to the damage, breathing deeply, but finally standing up, the camera following her. The camera is a little bit further out, like originally. She kicks the glass ever so slightly, immediately squatting as if in pain. There's a sudden claw like a claw machine. It's in view of, but not specifically focused on by the camera, and it disposes combat boots that she slips on without question, looking up and putting her hands together like a prayer to some gods that gave her, the claw machine gods, if you will. She kicks as hard as she can and immediately stumbled backward, practically skittering on unbalanced legs. There's a break, and she takes her socks off to put on her hands and peel shards of glass apart until there is a big enough hole for her to get out through. As she escapes, the room is crowded with a sudden audience. The camera is moving with them, and she's terrified they'll shove her back in. They just sort of jostle her around, and she's laughing nervously. She gets closer. We get closer to see someone put a tiara on her head, and she stops moving, even as those around her continue. At this point, there is blood seeping through her bodice, but it's the same color as the lights, that blue from before, which makes more people around her stop. She starts seeing herself in these people, but with various blue wounds. She takes off the tiara despite protest, and with her socks on her hand still, she starts to tear the thing apart. Everyone else just watching. She ends up with a diamond in one hand and manages to shatter it in her fist, dropping the pieces like mere sand. Like a video game animation, when you lose something, she lifts her leg a few times, her face as if it's lazy for her, and she passes out once she's back on 2 feet. Everyone leaves, and the shot is the same as the beginning on the box, pulled out slightly further to see her body on the ground. There is a question on the screen asking to reboot, and she wakes to look at it, clearly in pain, even as her eyes flicker to the camera. The claw disposes bouquets full of Queen Anne's lace in the background, and that's pretty much what I've got so far. I say so far as if I'm going to update this. This is the video. I hope that this made sense. Took me a while. I haven't made one of these. Well, have it? I don't remember. 2 things you need to know about me. I don't make sense. I don't remember. I keep saying people say these are like English lectures. I don't think this one was like an English lecture. I'm still going to drop the syllabus because I have that. If you would like to look at the syllabus, that will be in the comments. If you would subscribe, I would be very grateful. If you would leave a comment, that would be nice. It helps my self-esteem when you're nice. I hope that this makes it onto the internet. I hope that's what we're gonna end off with. I hope this makes it onto the internet. I really hope so. Because I've been trying to make this video forever. Or feels like forever. Bye.